I'm Dr. Nigar Ahmed, Assistant Professor, Government Shahid Kaushal Yadav College, Gundardahi, Balod. Today I'm going to teach you about Khalil Gibran and his book, The Prophet. To know about his book, let us first know about the writer. Khalil Gibran was a Lebanese American writer, poet, visual artist, and a philosopher. Gibran was born in 1883 in northern Ottoman Empire, Lebanon, in a village called Bashari. After the downfall of their financial condition, his mother migrated to United States with young Gibran and his brothers and a sister in 1885. Being the youngest, Gibran was enrolled at a school in Boston. His headmistress noticed his creative ability and introduced him to F. Holland Day, who was a photographer and a publisher. When he was enrolled in school, his school name was misspelled from Khalil to Kahlil. For his higher education, Gibran went to his native land, and in 1902, Gibran came back once again to Boston when his mother fell ill and his sister died. In 1904, his paintings were displayed at a studio, and in 1905, his first book in Arabic was published. In 1910, Gibran's painting had voiced the political rebellion of the Ottoman Empire. In 1920, Gibran founded the Pen League, where he included Mahjari poets. Mahjari poets means the Arabian diasporic poets. His first famous work, The Prophet, arrived in 1923. It achieved literary fame all over the world after his death. Gibran has discussed different themes in his writing and has diversified literary forms. He is a literary hero who influenced the Arabic poetry. He is a classicist painter. His painting reflect mythological and spiritual thoughts. Gibran explored literary forms in his poetry, short stories, parables, fables, and essays. Some of his Arabic plays were published posthumously. He discusses the theme of religion, justice, science, love, happiness, the soul, body, and death. So this was a short description about the writer. Now let us see the summary of the book, The Prophet. The Prophet, it is a 26 prose poem in English, full of sayings representing wisdom of prophetic quality. The chapters deal with the universal theme of life, love, marriage, and children. It represents belief in the healthy power of universal love and the unity of being. It creates positive ideology. The Prophet is a book of metaphor for the mystery of life. We have come, as he says, we have come to this world and have to go back from where we have come. The prophet begins with a man called Al-Mustafa living in an island called Orphalese. People considered him as a sage because of his spiritual talks. Al-Mustafa has spent 12 years of his life in Orphalese, serving as people's harp, guardian of the night. Much of his life was spent on listening and watching the life of the people of Orphalese. Mustafa, who was looked after by the people of the hill, he decides to leave the place and go to another place by ship. Everyone gathers around him to bid farewell. Prophet Mustafa delivers inspiring lectures for the sake of the people of Orphalese. Al-Mitra, who believes Mustafa a prophet, asks question related to life and death. The answer given by Al-Mustafa is a guidance and is very close to their heart. The 26 questions asked by the people of the hill and each answers given by the prophet are the chapters of the book. So the chapters are as follow: love, marriage, children, giving, eating and drinking, work, joy and sorrow, houses, clothes, buying and selling, crime and punishment, laws, freedom, reason and passion, pain, self-knowledge, teaching, friendship, talking, time, good and evil, prayer, pleasure, beauty, religion, death. At the end, the Prophet Al-Mustafa delivers a lengthy farewell orations and asks the people of the hill to be more patient in life, because life in another incarnation has more promises and more good hidden things to happen. This is a quote from the last chapter of the book. It talks about the farewell of the Prophet. The quote is, "A little while, a moment of rest upon the wind, and another woman shall bear me. Farewell to you and the youth I have spent." Al-Mitra remains alone in the pyre to bid the farewell to the Prophet until she sees the empty sea. Al-Mitra is one of the character. Now let us discuss some of the important chapters. Little bit we'll discuss some of the important chapters like love. About love, the Prophet says, love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course as much as love allows us to grow it. It also acts to prune us. That is, it separates ourselves from others also, so that we grow straight and tall. About marriage, the Prophet says that it involves two people becoming one, and true marriage gives space to the spouse to grow individually, same as the oak tree or the cypress grow not in each other's shadow. About work, he says, work is inseparable from love. The Prophet says about work that it is not enough to work for money alone. He says, doing your work, you fulfill a part of earth's furthest stream assigned to you, when that dream was born. Through work, we show our love, satisfaction. Those who enjoy work know that it is a secret to fulfillment, that we can be saved through what we do. About joy and sorrow, he says joy and sorrow helps us to shape our identity. It is a way to enjoy another season of life. Both are equally distributed in our life. Both joy and sorrow, they come equally in our life. Pain. He remarks, your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. Like passing of the season, it makes our emotions more serene if we control our pain. He further says that suffering is a means to heal ourselves, because without struggle we would learn nothing about life. About property, as nicely told by the Prophet, that if you attach yourself too much to the domestic luxuries of life, your house may not be an anchor but mast. You will be tied to it when the ship sinks. About freedom, he says, when people talk about wanting a freedom, it is as if they are trying to get away from those who are asking freedom. So he thinks that it is a kind of slavery only if you ask for freedom. About prayer, he says, you cannot ask anything in prayer because God already knows your needs. As God is our main need, so we should be more connected to God. About reason and passion, he says the soul is compared to a battlefield where our reason and emotions are eternally opposed. So we should be a peacemaker. Self-knowledge. The Prophet says that the life we lead on earth are a fraction of our larger self. We have a giant self within us, so we should look into ourselves and recognize the goodness within ourselves. When we go on acquiring knowledge, we find the best in ourselves. According to Gibran, we should be thankful to God and glad to experience pain, suffering, and happiness. After death, the life has a purpose and a pattern. At the end, the Prophet looks forward to his journey. Al-Mustafa, the protagonist, compares himself to a boundless drop in a boundless ocean. Now, there are some important quotes. I just want to read it. Your children are not your children. They are sons and daughters of lives laughing for itself. They come through you. This is from the essay Children. But not from you. You were born together. Together you shall be forevermore. You shall be together when the white wings of death scatter your days. One day you will ask me, which is more important, my life or yours? I will say, mine, and you will walk not, knowing that you are my life. So there are some important questions which I want to discuss with you people. I think these are some of expected questions. How does the author use foreshadowing technique in the prophet. Then another question is how and what imageries are used by Gibran in his essay The Prophet, and what is the symbolism behind the use of musical instrument? Write critical appreciation of The Prophet. Some of the points I'll discuss which will help you to write better answer, and from the summary which I have given you, you can write your answers. Gibran was a poet, novelist, journalist, and a philosopher also. His famous work are The Prophet, The Broken Wings, etc. The Prophet is a long form of poetic narration with philosophical advice. Author's use of foreshadowing in the text, The Prophet, is to keep the reader aroused and avoid possible boredom, disappointment. After staying 12 years in the hills of Orphalese, Mustafa decides to go back to his homeland. But at the same time, he is not willing to take leave from the people of Orphalese because they have served him for long period. Mustafa tells the people that their future has some hidden good things to happen. So the foreshadowing means telling something which will happen in future. So the author has used this technique of foreshadowing in the text. Then the theme, you can say the theme in one sentence if you want to say, theme is humans can only grow or evolve the wonders. The author uses the Christian concept, symbolism, imageries to convey his ideas. He talks about universal love. In his essay about love and marriage, he says that we should have a sense of togetherness. Further, he says that let there be a space in your togetherness. Love one another. Let the winds of heaven dance within you. So, these are the imageries where you feel the picture is in your mind. The imagination goes on in your mind. Again, beautiful imageries in the quote given. Human beings cling to material things that are as cold as snow, whereas I seek the flame of love. So, he says that all of us are capable of misdeeds and all actions. They cause punishments, and they are the punishments are man's own attempted judgments. So, again, we can say that the Prophet is a timeless spiritual wisdom on the range of subject of eating, drinking, buying, love, marriage, children, joy, sorrow, pain, pleasure, beauty, religion, death, and at last as we see that he bids farewell. So at the end we can say that the book The Prophet is a poem about life and death of Al-Mustafa, who ends a 12-year sojourn in Orphalese. Thank you.